Exomologiste tokiri oti agathos alleluia.
Otis ton neona to eleos aftu alleluia.
So I'm looking at the different readings of the Quran.
Different readings.
So
Arabic reading.
yeah, so you speak Arabic, right? So I've got two. Oh, and you read Arabic. Sorry. So I've got the Qira'ah of Ibn Kathir and the Qira'ah of Hafs and Asim. And Asim, basically. Ibn Kathir.
That's a commentator.
Huh?
He's a commentator. He's not.
Yeah, it's got the narration of Al-Buzi and Kunbul.
See, I don't know that. I
Oh,
already told you that.
oh, have you heard of Abu Amar?
I already told
Have
you
you?
that. I don't know.
You don't know?
I know the Qur'an of Hafs.
Oh, okay, but you do recognize. I don't want to argue something you're not familiar with.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me.
I know the Qur'an of
Well,
Hafs.
okay, but are you aware that there are different Qira'ah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that there are 10 Qira'ah.
Yeah. 14.
Okay, okay. So what do you mean by Qira'at when you say that?
Different styles of recitation.
Okay. Normally they say there are 10 mutawatir Qira'at,
Yes.
right? Now, I've got two recitations of the Quran, right? I'm not holding it properly because these books are read in a different way to how we read in English. But I've got two recitations of the Quran. Now, according to Muslims, they're both Quran. They're both revelation from. Yeah, sure. Don't move from the bookmark though, yeah?
Can I see that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Sorry, if you don't want to hold it, just let me know as well. I can pull it back. I can actually pull it back on my back.
Do you want it to remain open?
Actually, yeah. No, yeah, just that's fine. I'll hold. All right. So, can I ask you to hold them because I want to be respectful to you?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So what I want to talk about is a contradiction in the Qira'at. Will you accept that these are Qur'ans?
Yeah.
Right. So this is what was revealed by Muhammad himself, and written down and preserved in these mushafs. Right. So. Let me see if I can find this. So since you speak the Arabic language, I'm sure you'll be able to understand what I'm going to be talking about.
I don't speak.
But you read it, right?
I read it.
Yeah, sure. So in this book I'm reading is the British translation of the 10 Qira'at of the Noble Quran, authored by Faidal Solomon. And you have many specialists behind this book. You have people like Dr. Mustafa Khattab, who authored the Clear Quran. I'm sure you've heard of the translation of the Clear Quran. He's behind this. And basically what they look at is variant readings in the 10 Qira'at, right? So in Surah Hud, chapter 11, verse 81, if you want to go to it, it's actually bookmarked there, yeah? And it's somewhere here, yeah? What reading is that?
Verse what?
Well, actually, you're reading from Ibn Kathir. In Ibn Kathir, it's actually chapter 80. Sorry, chapter 11, verse 80. So, but in Ibn Kathir.
It'll be the same chapter.
Chapter 11, but it's a different verse in Ibn Kathir. It's verse 80. In Hafs, it's 81. Yep, I'm showing you some.
What did you say?
80 in Ibn Kathir.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't change the page, it's where the bookmark is, yeah?
Yeah.
So wherever the bookmark is, it's there, yeah? So, so what I'm going to do is I'll read you the variants, right? I'm reading from the Hafs first, so please bear in mind that, yeah? So in verse 81 it says, "They said, O Lot, we are the messengers of your Lord. They will not reach you. So take your family on a journey while yet a part of the night remains, and let none of you look back, but not your wife. She will be afflicted by that which afflicts them." This is in the Hafs. However, when you read in Ibn Kathir and Abu Umar, it says, "So take your family on a journey while yet a part of the night remains, and let none of you look back except for your wife. She will be afflicted by so on and so forth. So, in one reading, I know it's cold, but so in one reading, in the reading of Hafs, the wife, Lot is commanded not to take his wife on this journey. However, in the reading of Ibn Kathir and Abu Amar, Lot is commanded to take his wife on a journey. That's the contradiction. Now, I can show you also. That's fine. I'll keep it. I'll keep it here. In the tafsir of Al-Jalalain, I'll make this point, and then I'll show you why I've got two Qur'ans there. Just give me 1 second.
Surah Hud.
Surah Hud, chapter 11, verse 81. All right, so
What are you trying to get at? Because I might not know what have the answer for this.
that's fine.
While he's doing that, what he's saying is that
There's a contradiction.
there's a contradiction was the order that is given. In
bro,
one
I'm in
order,
the debate,
Lot is instructed to take his wife with him, and only she looks back. And in the other order, he's instructed to leave his wife and take the rest of his family. So those are two different orders.
Sorry, I'm just getting the reference out. Give me 1 second, yeah? Seems to have disappeared now. Anyway,
And that basically shows that there is not just a dialectic difference between the Qurans, the Qur'at, but there's also a objectively, factually, there's a factual difference.
I appreciate your respect.
yeah? Thank you. So, in the tafsir of Al-Jalalain, right? Let me know when you're ready, because if you want to look at it first.
You're talking about tafsir. You know what?
No,
tafsir-
listen to me, listen to me, listen to me.
No, I'm just saying. You know what?
Yeah.
Tafsir.
Yeah, before I get to that, let me explain let me make my argument clear. Right? You believe that there is one Quran, right? However, there are different recitations of that one Quran, right? Some attribute this to the 7 ahruf. We can talk about that if you want to. Right? So if this is the Quran, and if this is the Quran, then there shouldn't be any contradictions. Right? I'm saying that in Surah Hud, chapter 11, verse 81, there is a contradiction in the Quran. In the variant readings, it gives different contradictory accounts. In Hafs, you're saying no, and that's what I'm trying to show you.
Brilliant for bringing this point.
Yeah, and you read the Arabic, which I will show you where the issue is. Now, I've read you from the British translation of the 10 Qira'at that there is a variance. It talks about what is written in Hafs and what is written in Ibn Kathir and Abu Umar. That's why I have Ibn Kathir's Quran here in the Arabic, so that you can read it for yourself. You've already said that these are both Quran. So that's verified, this is Quranic material, and we can look at the differences. Now, in the tafsir, in the explanation of this verse, because the scholar is looking at variant readings and he reports on it, so I'm going to talk about it, right? Al-Jalalain says, they said, O Lord, truly we are messengers of your Lord. They shall not reach you with any harm. So travel with your family during a part of the night, and let not one of you turn round, lest they see the terrible predicament that will befall them, except for your wife. And then here's the important part. Read ila imra atuka in the nominative as a substitute for ahadan. A variant reading has ila imra ataka in the accusative case, as her being an exception among his family. In other words, do not take her along when you travel, lo, she shall be smitten by that which smites them. It is said that he did not take her along with him. It is also said that she did set out with them and turned round, and so exclaimed, woe is my people, at which point a stone struck her and killed her. Right, so this is the point that I'm trying to make. In Ibn Kathir's reading, it says ila imra atuka in the nominative case, right? Do you read Arabic? Because I've got the Arabic. We can get it out now, right? Yeah.
Arabic is both the same.
There's a difference here. One's got a fatha on the. I'll show you. Right. Can you do me a favor and hold this? I know your hands are cold. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to put this between my legs. Yeah. So, man, just bear with me. So you can see the verse, yeah, where it's talking about. Let me come to you. So you can see the verse where it's talking about.
This verse.
Yeah. Do you mind reading it?
Yeah.
Maybe louder so we can hear you.
فأسر بأهلك يقطع من الليل ولا يلتفت منكم أحد إلا امرأتك إنه
إلى امرأة
إلى امرأتك
أتاكا.
إلى امرأتك
أتاكا.
إلى امرأتك.
It has a fata. Does it have a fata?
No, it stops there.
Oh, you reading?
You see that?
Okay, read
You
it.
see
Read it
that?
for me.
You
Read it
see
for
that? 1 second. You see that? That's a pause. That's a pause.
Are you
Open that. You
Yeah.
see the same pause.
Okay. Read it, Raf.
That's a
Oh, how are you?
You see that? Salah?
There's a kasr, there's a...
1 second. You're saying fatha. Is that a fatha? That right there. Is that a fatha? Why does that have a square around it? Because it's a stop. It's a pause. You understand what I'm saying to you? That has the same on it as well. Do you understand? It's a salah.
This is a dhamma.
It's a salah. Salah is a pause. There's
Okay.
a pause.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Maybe you weren't aware of that.
No.
But if you one second.
Okay.
One second. If you even go to the back,
Don't change it. Don't change the
No,
page.
I've
Yeah.
got the page.
Okay.
I got a page. If you go to the back, it explains what that salah means.
Alright, so what's this word here
I
then?
haven't.
What's this word here?
إلا امرأتك. What? إلا امرأتك.
So there's a dhamma here.
There's a dhamma there. Okay.
So when you say when there's a dhamma, you get an u sound, right? Right. It's a vowel indication. Oh, so you understand what I'm saying, yeah?
You understand
Right.
what you're saying.
So it's like a U.
But you
right?
don't speak Arabic, do you?
But I'm explaining it to you.
I know.
Right?
But you speak Arabic.
I don't speak the Arabic.
It has the exact same meaning.
Brother.
Only on that word.
You don't understand, bro. I
Only on that
don't, bro.
You speak Arabic as
Yeah.
well. Where you from? Iraqia, yeah? Okay. How do you say in Iraqia, hello? Say it one. Ahlin? Do you know how you say it in
My
Khalij?
friend.
Ahlan.
My friend.
Ahlin. 1 second. Ahlin.
It's different to the point. Listen to his
My
point.
friend.
You speak Arabic. You're Iraqi. You speak Arabic.
I know his point he's trying to make.
Yeah.
This is a tangent.
Yeah. I want to just get to the argument, yeah? I'm not disputing that it says but not your wife. I'm not disputing that it says except for your wife. What I'm disputing is the grammatical changes. One has a dhamma and the other has a fatha. Right? Hold on. So one should read ila imra'atuka in this qira'at.
Correct.
This is illa imra'atuka.
Yes.
Right? And it, okay, take a tuk. And then, okay, fair enough. Illa imra'atuk.
Yes.
And your one says, and in the half it says illa imra'atak.
1 second. Let me ask you a question.
I'm making the point though. I'm making the point. Now, that's what I'm trying to say. Now, when you read from Ibn Kathir, when it says ila imra'atuk, it affects how the wife is placed in the sentence. It's in the nominative case.
Okay. Look, you're making a
Bro.
point. 1 second. Let me just finish.
Okay, make your
You're
point.
making a point with me. I'm not linguistic. I don't speak Arabic. I don't even speak Arabic. You get what I mean?
Okay, do you know
You're
what?
trying
then?
to make a
all right,
point
all right,
to
all right.
me
Okay,
that
let me.
doesn't make
All right,
sense.
let me
You
make this.
understand?
Point. Let me make this point then.
He's Arab.
Okay,
right?
let me make
He's
this point.
Arab.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll change the argument, right? I'll talk about the preservation of the Quran, and I'll talk about the compilation of the Quran under Abu Bakr, right? According to Sahih al-Bukhari 4986, right? You can get the hadith up. Yeah. Let me know when you're ready, and I will.
Let me put this back in. Do you want to hold this mic?
Yeah, I'll put it back in. I'll put this in my bag. Yeah. Yeah, there's no point me talking about this
That's what I'm saying.
contradiction if you're not able to engage with me on it. If you don't mind, just thanks so much. Yeah?
He speaks Arabic.
All right, let's talk about this.
Alayhim, alayhim is the same.
We fleshed this one out.
Alayhim, alayhim is not the same.
Yeah, let's talk about
They're
this.
not the same.
It depends on the sense.
Give me an example of this.
My friend, we took it away from the Arabic now.
No, I'm just asking him. I'm asking.
It changes
4986.
It changes which noun within the sentence that the verb applies to. That's the difference that it makes. But you wouldn't know that. In fact, most Arabic speakers also wouldn't know that.
I haven't even studied that.
Only those who choose your back. So there's actually in this class, there's an Arabic scholar.
Thank you. Yeah. Nice one.
There's an Arabic scholar, someone who knows Arabic. He's one of the few people that can see that. Oh yeah, his name's Mohammed. So he's discussed this with him. But it's a very real difference, and it does change the instruction. So the actual instruction itself is different from different qira'at. So that is an actual contradiction.
Okay, so let me talk about Sahih al-Bukhari 4986. So this is the compilation of the Quran under Abu Bakr, right? And you said to me earlier that you believe that the Quran is preserved, that it's remained unchanged ever since it was given by Muhammad, right? But can you remind me what you mean by that? Because when I speak with Muslims, they say that the primary way of preserving the Quran was through memorization. Do you believe that, or do you disagree with that? Now it is. Okay, so before it wasn't.
Before, when the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam's times,
Yeah.
obviously it wasn't, because it was there to tell us, and the scribes would write.
Okay, so the scribes would write it
Yes.
and collect the Quran during the lifetime of Muhammad. So that means that when Muhammad died, they would have had a complete Quran.
Yes.
So you're appealing to written evidence, written preservation as a primary source of preservation, right? So when I look at the hadith, Sahih al-Bukhari 4986, it talks about Zayd bin Thabit collecting the Quran. It says that Abu Bakr told Zayd to search for the Quran, and Zayd collected the Quran from parchment, thin white stones, palm stalks, from scapula, and from the chest of men, meaning that they had some memory of maybe certain parts of the Quran. When Zayd was given this task, it says that, or he said, and I paraphrase, that it was so difficult that it was like moving a mountain. But you mentioned something very important. You said that the Quran was collected in the time of Muhammad. Interestingly, another hadith, authentic, it says that there were 4 men from the Ansar who collected the Quran during the lifetime of Muhammad, including Zayd bin Thabit and Ubay ibn Ka'b. If that's true, and the Quran was collected in that time, then why did Zayd have to go out searching for the Quran from random people in random places? Why didn't he get together with the 4 men from the Ansar?
Have you read the hadith?
I've read the hadith, I know the hadith.
The complete hadith?
I've read all the hadith, 4986, 4989, 4679.
Would you mind reading it loud, just so everyone can hear?
I can read it, okay, I'll read it out. I'll read it from here. Give me a second. It's a long hadith, by the way.
It is a long one. But this is what I'm saying. I feel like you're just referring to part of the hadith.
Well, you can refer to any part you like.
I'll refer to the whole hadith.
Okay, let's do it. The 7th position. Okay, here is the one, I think. Okay, so the hadith is here. 4986, yeah?
Yeah. Listen, the hadith is long.
Yeah.
I don't mean to run away, but I've got to go.
Okay,
But listen,
let me read it then. I'll read it quickly. Narrated Zayd bin Thabit. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq sent for me when the people of Yanamah had been killed. That is a number of, 496, yeah? You're on the same one, by the way.
Yes.
Tell me if I'm reading something different, yeah? Narrated Zayd bin Thabit, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq sent for me when the people of Yamama had been killed. That is a number of the Prophet's companions who fought against Musaylima. I went to him and found Umar bin al-Khattab sitting with him. Abu Bakr then said to me, Umar has come to me and said, casualties were heavy among the Qur'an of the Quran. That is, those who knew the Quran by heart, right? That's in the brackets, by the way. On the day of the battle of Yamama, and I am afraid that more heavy casualties may take place among the Qur'an on other battlefields, whereby a large part of the Quran may be lost. Notice he only says a large part of the Quran and not all of it. Therefore, I suggest you, Abu Bakr, order that the Quran be collected. I said to Umar, how can you do something which Allah's apostle did not do? Umar said, by Allah, that is a good project. Umar kept on urging me to accept his proposal till Allah opened my chest for it, and I began to realize the good in the idea which Umar had realized. Then Abu Bakr said to me, you are a wise young man, and we do not have any suspicion about you. And you used to write the divine inspiration for Allah's messenger. So you should search for the fragmentary scripts of the Quran.
In brackets.
Okay, that's fine. So you should search for the fragmentary scripts of the Quran, that is in brackets, and collect it into one book. By Allah, if they had ordered me to shift one of the mountains, it would not have been heavier for me than this ordering me to collect the Quran. Look at that, guys. Then I said to Abu Bakr, how will you do something which Allah's messenger did not do? Abu Bakr replied, by Allah, it is a good project. Abu Bakr kept on urging me to accept his idea until Allah opened my chest for what he had opened the chest of Abu Bakr and Umar. So I started looking for the Quran and collecting it from what was written on palm stalks, thin white stones, and also from men who knew it by heart, till I found the last verse of Surah At-Tawbah, the Surah of Repentance, with Abi Kuzaima al-Ansari, and I did not find it with anyone other than him. And then it tells you what the verse is, and then it goes on to say that the complete manuscripts of the Quran remained with Abu Bakr till he died, then with Umar till the end of his life, and then with Hafsa, the daughter of Umar. So we've gone through the whole hadith. I mentioned aspects of this hadith before we actually went through all of it. And I said that if the Quran was preserved through written evidence, it was through writing, then why didn't Zayd put it together with the people of the Ansar who had collected it during the lifetime of Muhammad, according to another hadith?
Is this happening in the time of the Prophet?
This is happening after he died.
It's not okay. It's happening after he died.
Yeah. So the hadith does say, and
what was Umar doing? What was he doing? What was his idea?
His idea was to collect the Quran and to put it in one book.
And make it into one book so
Yeah.
it's easier for everyone to recite.
No, that's not what happened. What happened is that the people at the Battle of Yamama, the Qur'an, the reciters,
Some of the Qur'an,
were being killed.
heavy casual.
Right? And he was afraid that in other battles, more Qur'an of the Quran would be killed. So, and he said that he was afraid that they would lose a large part of the Quran. Not all of it, a large part of the Quran. So he gave the idea to put it into one mushaf.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then it says that Zayd went searching for the Quran. Who did he get these Quranic materials from?
From the other Sahabas.
But it
There was
doesn't
many other
say.
Sahabas, right?
It doesn't say. It
Where
just
would
says
they write it at that time? Did they have pen and paper?
they had inkpot and scapula
No, okay.
And
what
backboard.
What other means did they have?
and backboard.
That's lot of
I'll tell you what it
tablet,
is.
Phone, iPad.
Yeah, but it's all in
got
here.
paper,
It's all in here.
everything.
It says thin white stones, parchment,
That's what they would have
scapula.
wrote it on.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
what they
That's what I'm
would have
saying.
used as a pen and
But
paper.
this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you believe that this is the word of Allah, right? The
course.
Quran.
Yes.
It's come from Allah Himself. It's His speech. It's the speech of God. Yet Zayd has been collecting this material. Doesn't say who he collected it from random men.
It's not random men.
He even
How is
said.
it random
That's why
men?
he
It's the
said.
companion.
That's why he even said. Let me show you
Did he
here.
say random
let
men?
me show you here. Let me show you. Give me 1 second. Where is it gone now? Okay, yeah, here it is. So it says here, This is what Zayd said to show you how difficult this task was.
Yes.
By Allah, if they had ordered me to shift one of the mountains, it would not have been heavier for me than this ordering me to collect the Quran.
Why?
That's Muhammad's scribe.
Why?
Why? Because the Quran was all over the place.
No.
Let me
No,
tell you why.
one
No, let me
second.
tell you why. Let me tell you why. And then you tell me.
Go on.
The Quran was all over the place. It was written over here. It was written over there. Zayd had to go searching for it and pulling it together into one book. He had no one to even verify. There were no witnesses to even
preserve
verify.
it, right? To preserve it.
Who? There's no witnesses here.
To preserve it, right? Abu Bakr's a witness. Umar's a
It
witness.
doesn't
It
say
says
that they
in the
were
hadith.
witnesses here.
But they're sitting together. If I'm having a conversation with you, is he witnessing?
No, that's not what the hadith says. The hadith says that Abu Bakr.
That's logic sense.
No, I'm not going by what suits your logic for your compilation. I'm saying that if I'm looking at the hadith,
You're not making sense to me.
You-
Shall I tell
okay,
you
tell me why.
I tell you why. You just said to me, we're not looking at logic sense for the hadith, right? You just
no,
said,
I'm not, your logic
Yeah,
that
my
supports
logic.
your
Okay,
idea of
okay,
preservation.
Okay, not my logic. Forget my logic.
Okay.
I'm talking about logic, human common sense. Yeah?
Okay,
If there's two people having a conversation, have each of them witnessed the conversation.
okay,
Have each of them witnessed the conversation. And anyone that was there present, have they witnessed the conversation.
okay.
Whether it says it or not. Do I actually, as a human, need to tell you, Raf was there witnessing our conversation? Or this brother was there, or this brother was there witnessing our conversation?
Okay.
It's human common logic sense.
Can I respond to what you're saying?
You need to be quick.
I'll
I
be
do
quick.
need
I'll
to
make
go.
this the final point then
Are you
because
going to be here next week?
I'll be here next week. Maybe we
carry
can.
on this convo.
Okay.
Nice convo.
God bless
I like
you.
this, yeah.
Yeah. Let me say this point then.
I like this convo.
You're saying that the Quran.
I can conversate with him. He's not arguing.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, go on.
I understand that Muslims say that this is the word of Allah, God's word, right? We have here a compilation. Abu Bakr ordered Zayd to collect the Quran, and remember it says from fragmentary scripts in the brackets. We find that Zayd complained or said that it was a very difficult task, indicating it wasn't easy. We also know from another hadith, I didn't get to go to it, that he was already part of the 4 men who collected the Quran during the lifetime of Muhammad. But then he had to go searching for it. It doesn't tell you who these men are that he found the Quran with. These verses from Allah, right? So it could be Tom, Dick or Harry who could have got it from. They could have said that this is what I have of the Quran, and no one was able to verify. In fact, it says that the last verse of Surah At-Tawbah was found with only one person, Abi Kuzaima al-Ansari. How the hell can anybody verify that that's something that Muhammad said or something that Muhammad that was taught by Allah? No one can verify that. Now, I'll help you out. Some people say that this Kuzaima had the witness of 2. But I would argue, and I would use Islamic evidence from the early scholars as well, who say that this is a different Kuzaima than the one who had a dual testimony. Anyway, my point being is this. If we're talking about the preservation of the Quran, and you're saying it was preserved through written evidence, you need to know who are the contributors to the Quran, right? If Zayd is collecting it from parchment, thin white stones, palm stalks, who wrote that Quranic information down? What's their name? What's their surname? Who are they the son of? Right? I need to know this information to know that this Quran is being preserved through written evidence. How do I know that Zayd wasn't just walking around saying, that looks like Quran, I'll put that together and I'll put it into a mushaf and here we go today. And this is why, arguably, we have many variations with earlier Quranic manuscripts. For example, the Sana'a manuscript. It's very different to the standard Quran that you have today. Right? And this would help explain some of those differences, right? Because people were writing down whatever they wanted to and they said it was Quran.
I'm going to make one point. And then
Okay.
My point is, the way you're taking it and the way I'm understanding it is completely different. You're holding on to a point where he said it's difficult more than moving a mountain, right? The reason, one second, let me finish. If you read the commentary on this hadith, I can guarantee you that the commentary of this hadith by Ibn Kathir, I'm telling you Ibn Kathir, in Fath al-Bari, Imam Hajar al-Asqalani, that's his name. And I'm gonna, if you want to write that name down, write it down, look at it.
I've probably heard of the
Imam Hajar
commentary.
al-Asqalani would say that when he's saying that this is even more difficult than moving a mountain, it doesn't mean it's difficult to find the scripture. That's not what he's referring to. He's referring to the difficulty of the burden that he's got on his head now. Because he's trying to get a book, a preserved divine speech and he's got to compile this into a book correctly, not make any mistakes in it, and give it to the future generations. Okay. Right? I need to go.
Can I say one more thing? One more thing. God, what's your name, by the way?
Shad.
Shad. I'll say one more thing.
He's gonna hold me here.
You know what? Let's say one more thing, Shad.
Yeah, go on.
You make an interesting point. But the reason why that point doesn't stand is because Zayd was one of those people who collected the Quran during the lifetime of Muhammad. Right? So it doesn't make sense for him to have to go and search for it if he was one of the 4 from the Ansar, including Ubay ibn Ka'b, by the way.
Are you saying that Zayd, I'm just trying to clarify, are you saying that Zayd collected the whole Quran by himself in the
No, what I'm saying is this, right? Even Abu Bakr makes reference to it as to why he chose Zayd to search for the Quran. He said that you used to write down the divine inspiration for the Prophet. That's what he says. That's why he selects Zayd. He says, he's a young man, we can trust him. He's reliable. He's a good scribe, right? But you made a point earlier. You said that the Quran was written down in the lifetime of Muhammad. And that's what the hadith teaches, collected by 4 men from the Ansar, right? Why would it be a difficult task for Zayd if it was already collected?
Because maybe he hasn't collected all of it.
So then
it's like even Rafa saying the Bible's a big Bible, right? It's a big book. Nobody can give me a reference from somewhere just off the top of their head. I agree with him.
Okay.
Right? But the Quran is also a big book. It's got 114 chapters in it.
Okay.
You understand? So maybe Zayd did not, and I'm going to confirm this, but maybe Zayd didn't collect all of it. He didn't. You said there was 4 scribes.
4 scribes.
So maybe Zayd didn't have the whole Quran with him. You understand? Maybe he didn't scribe the whole of the Quran. But he was one of the trustworthy scribes.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
Listen,
can I read you the hadith?
No, you can't.
Of Ubay ibn Ka'b and Zayd.
Can you read it to me next week? I will be here next week.
We'll follow up, Shad, yeah?
We will, 100%.
And then if you want to talk to me about Christianity and the preservation of the Bible, we can do the same thing, yeah? A good conversation, yeah?
It was a brilliant conversation.
Yeah, next week I hope to see you again, yeah?
I will definitely.
God bless you. Well, I guess I'll just do a quick wrap up. Hey guys, wasn't really able to go into the contradiction in Surahhood, chapter 11, verse 81. He just didn't have the knowledge to go into that conversation, so it wasn't worth pushing something that wasn't going to stick. But he did have knowledge about the compilation of the Quran. He believed that it was preserved in written form, which is interesting. Most Muslims say that it was preserved primarily through memorization and then through written form. But even then, even that claim that he made was defeated by his own Islamic sources. So Sahih al-Bukhari 4986, for example, which talks about the compilation of the Quran under Abu Bakr. We see in that compilation, it's a big mess. You've got Zayd scrambling, looking everywhere for Quranic materials to put together in a book. How did he verify these materials came from the Muhammads? Who were the witnesses? We don't know this. If we look at external sources outside of the hadith, they say things like, oh yeah, he had 2 witnesses, people would come to the mosque and this and that. They're conflicting, by the way. They don't even make sense, most of them. They're all conflicting. Some even say that Uthman was the one who was behind the compilation. It's all a mess. But if we're looking at the hadiths on its own, you can see that the preservation of the Quran isn't there. And hopefully next time I'll get to speak to him about it for a bit longer. Hopefully he will do some studying this week and we can talk about it, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, guys, God bless you, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. It wasn't worthwhile discussing that. Instead, I decided to discuss the preservation of the Quran based on the hadiths. Sahih al-Bukhari 4986, for example, talks about the compilation of the Quran under Abu Bakr. Where Abu Bakr appointed Zayd bin Thabit to collect the Quran, and it says that Zayd went from, it said that Zayd collected the Quran from parchment, thin white stones, from the chest of men, from scapula. And so we don't know who these men are. We don't know where he found these Quranic materials from. We don't know if this is even Quranic materials. We don't know if these materials go back to the Prophet Muhammad. We don't know that, right? There's no way that they can verify that this is actually the Quran. And I asked him about these things. He wasn't able to give me an answer. To be fair to him, he may have needed a bit more time to learn about the hadith, to study it, and he said he will come back next week to talk to me. So hopefully he will do some studying, some research, come back next week, we'll have a discussion. But the Quran is not preserved, my friends. It's not. It hasn't been preserved through memorization.
No way.
It hasn't been preserved through written evidence. I actually said to him, because one of the key points was this. When Zayd was collecting the Quran, he said that it was a very difficult task. It was like, he compared it to moving a mountain, right? But interestingly, another authentic hadith says that Zayd was one of the 4 men who collected the Quran during the lifetime of Muhammad. So why was it difficult for him to collect the Quran if he had already collected it? Why was he going to all of these random places getting it from random people? It also says that the last verse of Surah At-Tawbah was found with one person, Abi Kuzaima al-Insari. And nobody else had this knowledge. So how can people be telling me that there is, all the Sahaba knew the Quran, they would recite it to each other? It's just the biggest lie ever.
Liars!
So I'm talking to people about this hadith in the park. But it was a respectful conversation. I'd love to discuss with him again when he comes back. Pray for him, and God bless you. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Well done, TV. Well done, team. That's it. Cut.